Good evening all. So Sunday we have 2025 paper 1 and paper 2. Regarding reflections, I had sent you individually how many questions were being reflected. I will be explaining the same. Before that, once again I will go through the complete syllabus of paper 1 and paper 2. Today 3 things we will be doing. Number 1, I will discuss about the syllabus of paper 1 and paper 2. I will discuss about the question paper. Third, I will discuss about the reflections. How many questions came, whether really came or not. So it's my duty to show, audit. I have to submit the report, audit report to you. Then you have to approve it. Accepted, sir. Not accepted. So it can be anything. So 3 things. First, once again I will go through the syllabus. I will explain the syllabus. So how you strategize, I will give you the strategy. How the questions are 2025, how the questions were being reflected, so that you will get a proper idea on the day 1 of anthropological thought. So if we talk about syllabus of paper 1, in paper 1 we have 12 units, paper 2 we have 9 units. Paper 1 is called as general anthropology, paper 2 is called as Indian anthropology. UPSC had divided all the subjects. It can be PSIR, it can be PubAd, it can be sociology. One is general PSIR, other is Indian PSIR. Other is general public administration, other is Indian public administration. One is general anthropology, other is Indian anthropology. So paper 1 is general anthropology. In paper 1, unit 1, in paper 1, unit 1 we have two broad areas. The first broad area covers evolution of man, how we evolved. So biological evolution of man. Again, evolutions are of 2 varieties. One is biological evolution, other is cultural evolution. So how we evolved biologically. Why we are erect. Why we are bipedal. How much is our cranial capacity? Our cranial capacity is 1450. Once upon a time it was 450. From 450 of cranial capacity, it increased up to 1450 of cranial capacity. So how this evolution happened? And who was the first ancestor of modern man? Dryopithecus, Ardipithecus. In syllabus we have since Australopithecines, Homo erectus, Neanderthal, Homo sapiens. So evolution of man. That we will be doing in evolution of man, where we will discuss about the fossils. Means our ancestors who died are called as fossils. Australopithecines, Homo erectus, Neanderthal, Rhodesian man, Homo habilis. Dryopithecus is a passing reference of Dryopithecus, and Homo sapiens of evolution of man. Next is archaeology. So biological evolution of man is fossils, which is also called as paleontology. Which is also called as what? Paleontology. Paleontology. Next is archaeology. So in the process of evolution of man, see, for example, I am having a mobile phone 1100, then it is 6600, then it is modern phones, today's advanced phones. So it's an evolution. How we are coming to evolution? What type of technology I am using? Technology means what, sir? Tools. What type of tools I am using, that is called as evolution. So archaeology is nothing but understanding the evolution by analyzing what type of tools, what type of technology were being used. Archaeology is nothing but analyzing the evolution of man by understanding what type of tools and what type of technology were being used. That is part of archaeology. So unit 1 talks about evolution, which is biological evolution, which is technological evolution. Unit 1 is unit 1 talks about evolution only. What type of evolution? Biological evolution and technological evolution. So unit 1 completely discuss about evolution of man, biologically, technologically. Unit 2, which is called as, so already we discussed about evolution of man biologically, evolution of man technologically. What is remaining? Evolution of man culturally. How we evolved culturally. So early man was savagery man, naked man like animal. The savagery man changed to barbaric man. He started going on war ruthlessly. without any rule of law, just ruthlessly he used to behave. That is called as barbarism. So we moved from savagery to barbarism to civilization. How we evolved culturally? How in culture there are several factors are there. One is called as marriage factor, other is called as kinship factor, other is called as family as a factor. How we evolved economically, how we evolved politically, how we evolved religiously. So other than biology, other than technology, how we evolved marriage point of view, how we evolved family point of view, how we evolved kinship means relatives, how we evolved kinship point of view, how we evolved economy point of view, hunting gathering, pastoralism, agriculture, industrialization, how we evolved. Political system, band level political organization, tribe level political organization, kingdom level political organization, today state level political organization, religion, once upon a time animatism, fetishism, naturism, today polytheism and monotheism. So this all stages of evolution come under one particular unit called as cultural evolution. So unit 1 talks about biological evolution and technological evolution. Unit 2 talks about cultural evolution. In this subparts are there. This is economical evolution. This is political evolution. This is religious evolution. So this 3 together, this 4 together is part of cultural evolution. And this evolution of man module, this is archaeology module, this is socio-cultural anthropology module, which is called as paper 1, unit 2, 3, 4, 5. It is called as socio-cultural anthropology module. Means what we are understanding, what we are discussing, you should know beginning itself. So in unit 1, which we are going to discuss about biological evolution of man and technological evolution of man, and in 2, 3, 4, 5 we are going to discuss about evolution of culture, which means family evolution, marriage evolution, kinship system evolution, society's evolution, economic evolution, political evolution and religious evolution. So 2, 3, 4, 5 together is called as what? Socio-cultural anthropology. And this month, in the month of September, we are going to complete 2 modules. We will complete anthropological thought and socio-cultural anthropology. Anthropological thought means unit number 6, unit number 7, unit number 8. Unit 6, 7, 8 together is called as what? Anthropological thought. What does it mean, sir? What does it mean? Anthropological thought mainly explains us about, so we discussed about cultural evolution, no? We discussed about cultural evolution. So according to which anthropologist we evolved like this? According to which school we evolved in this format? Why we didn't evolve in this format? What might be the reason for this format of evolution? What might not be the reason for this format of evolution? In various thinkers' point of view, by various thought process is called as anthropological thought, which is very interesting. 7th, language studies, which is called as linguistic studies, which is also called as linguistic anthropology, which is also called as what? Linguistic anthropology. What is the relationship between language, culture, thought? For example, language studies, when we discuss about, for example, for any aspect, for anything, for example, we will be having friends. We will be seeing some friends who will be scolding each other with bad words and they will be enjoying like anything. Me dash, he will tell you. Yeah, he will feel very happy. He will also enjoy. Yeah, me dash, again he will tell. Again you will feel happy. Means by seeing those words, we can come to a conclusion what type of culture they are, what language they are using, and what type of thought they are having. That particular aspect we will be studying in language studies. And field works. So in this process of telling that how the culture evolved, they will be doing lot of field work. By doing field work, they will be coming to a conclusion. So who are the anthropologists, what field work they did? In the process of doing field work, what tools they used? For example, if I want to know about you, if I come and do interview tool I am using. Or I kept a CC camera and I am noticing you. It is called as observation. Uncontrolled observation. Why? Because you don't know the CC camera watching, so you will be uncontrolled. Original behavior will come. A teacher is there in examination, he will be there. Controlled observation. Observation, interview, schedule, questionnaire. So several tools of data collections will be there. That is part of field work traditions in anthropology. So unit number 6, 7, 8 is called as anthropological thought, whereby, again I am repeating, whereby we will be understanding how the cultures evolved according to thinkers. Not real, according to thinkers. According to this person, this is the stages of evolution. According to this person, this is the stages of evolution. According to this person, this is the stages of evolution or culture. That is called as anthropological thought module. Then next we have 9, 10, 11, 12. And the wondering thing is, in 2025 question paper, 35 to 40%, or if I be precise, 35% of the question paper, means out of 100, 35. 35 into 4 how much? 140 marks. Out of 400 marks, 140 questions came. Why? Because 8 questions will be there, each will be how much? 50. In which how many we have to write? 5. How much? 50. So out of 400 marks, you have to attempt how many? 250. So out of 400 without choice, how many questions came from physical anthropology? 140 marks came. That is the reason I stressed more physical anthropology, and the same questions were being repeated. So that physical anthropology is what? 9, 10, 11, 12. Again I am telling you, physical anthropology is never called as biology. How a person is suffering with, why a person is suffering with disease culturally, why a person has become weak culturally, why his health is not good culturally. In health and disease point of view, what is the role of culture is studied in which module? Physical anthropology. For example, I will tell you, there is a tribal community called as Tripuri tribal community of Tripura state. The Tripuri tribal community will not consume milk. The Tripuri tribal people will believe that the milk belongs to calf. The Tripuri tribal community will believe that the milk belongs to the baby calf. So we don't have any right to drink the milk of cow. Why? Because who is the right person to have the milk is calf. So they believe that if we drink the milk of cow, it means we are taking the food of the animal and we are eating. We are taking the food of calf and we are consuming. So they never consume milk. So when they don't consume milk, through milk what we will get? Calcium. So the Tripuri tribal people are suffering with calcium deficiency. The bones are becoming weak. The bone deformities are there. So when we study about the Tripuri tribal people, we come to a conclusion that the people are very weak, their bones are very weak. I will come to a conclusion. But an anthropologist will know that why their bones are weak, why their bone deformities are more. He will come to a conclusion that they are not consuming milk from childhood mainly because of culture. That we will be studying in 9, 10, 11, 12. That is called as physical anthropology. So first module, second module, third module, socio-culture anthropology, third module, archaeology, fourth module, evolution of man, fifth module. So evolution of man, archaeology, socio-culture anthropology, anthropological thought and physical anthropology. So first unit talks about what? Biological evolution of man and technological evolution of man. Technological evolution of man is called as what? Archaeology. Biological evolution of man is called as fossil studies or paleontology. 2, 3, 4, 5 is called as what? Socio-culture anthropology, which mainly studies about evolution of culture, evolution of economics, evolution of politics, evolution of religion. 6, 7, 8 called as what? Anthropological thought, understanding the evolution from the perspective of thinkers. 9, 10, 11, 12 is called as what? Physical anthropology. This is paper 1. Paper 2. As I told you, paper 1 is general anthropology and paper 2 is Indian anthropology. Evolution of man in India, archaeology in India. Evolution of man in India and archaeology in India. That we will be studying in which unit? Paper 2, Unit 1. Unit 1 of Paper 1 what? Evolution of man in the world, archaeology in the world. Paper 2, Unit 1 what we will be understanding? Yes. Second unit, population studies. What are the factors responsible for population growth in India? Demographic factors. Demography means population growth. How the population is growing, what are the factors responsible for growth of Indian population? That we will be studying in unit number 2. Unit number 3, the original India, which is called as caste system. How this caste evolved, the definition of caste, what are the characteristics of caste, theories of origin of caste, dominant caste, Jajimanya system, tribe caste continuum, caste mobility, future of caste in India. These all things we will be studying in unit number 3. Everything about A to Z of caste we will be studying in unit number 3. Fourth, this is growth of anthropology. This copy paste happened. Growth of anthropology in India. How anthropology has been evolved in India. Fifth, village studies. Villages. How villages has been evolved. Sixth, everything about tribe. Tribe definition, ST definition. What are the problems of tribe we will be studying in tribal India. SC, ST, OBC and ethnic conflicts, like what happened between the Metis and Kukis. 7th unit. 8th, there is a concept called as tribe, nation, state. Who are tribe? Who are nations? Who are state? For example, we call father of nation as Mahatma Gandhi. Wrong. Technically wrong. India is not nation. Nation means what? A geography where the people are following one particular culture is called as nation. Only one culture. The people who are living in that particular geography, they have to follow only culture, only one culture, then that particular geography is called as what? Nation. But in India, in Indian border, whether we are following one culture or we are having multiple culture. So technically India is not a nation. India is what? State. Tribe, nation, state, 8th unit. And last unit is tribal development programs. Means here we are going to understand about evolution of man in India, archaeology in India, how the population growth happened in India, how the caste has been evolved in India, the growth of discipline of anthropology in India, Indian village studies, tribal studies, SC, ST, BC, minority studies, tribe, nation, state concept and tribal development program. So, exclusively 50% of this particular paper 2 is tribes. So, I divided it as evolution of man in India 1 module, archaeology in India 1 module, 2, 3, 4, 5 as Indian society, 6, 7, 8, 9 as what? Tribal India. 6, 7, 8, 9 as what? Tribal India. 2, 3, 4, 5 as what? So 2, 3, 4, 5 is what? Indian society. And 6, 7, 8, 9 as what? Tribal India. One is evolution of man in India, archaeology in India. Unit 1. So 4 modules are there. So at least you need to come to this conclusion. What is the syllabus? At least now after seeing 20-25 question paper. So in paper 1 we have what? Evolution of man in world, archaeology in world, socio-culture anthropology, what we are doing? Evolution of culture, evolution of marriage, family, kinship, economy, polity and religion. Then anthropological thought 6, 7, 8. Thinker's point of view, how the evolution happened. 9, 10, 11, 12 is what? Physical anthropology. Again in 9, 10, 11, 12, one is genetical evolution, other is human growth and development, other is fertility and fecundity, applications of anthropology. Whereas paper 2 is what? Evolution of man in India, archaeology in India, Indian society 2, 3, 4, which is population studies, caste system, growth of anthropology in India and Indian villages. 6, 7, 8, 9 is called as what? Tribal.